White people doing stupid. White people doing stupid. Ooh yeah, white people. You know you need to quit. White people doing stupid shit.
Mire lo que le sucede a esta mujer.
What's wrong with this lady? They're on a safari or whatever the f they are. She's petting a lion, lioness. She thinks it's a house cat. She's like, oh my God, it's like my house cat. It's just a kitty. It's the same. Kitty, lion, same thing. Here, kitty, kitty. Here, kitty, kitty. And the lion's like, yeah, I'm a kitty. Yeah, I'm a kitty. Yeah, yeah. You father. Yeah. This ain't the Lion King. Wrong with her. White people doing stupid shit. White people doing stupid shit. White people, you know you need to quit.
Hi guys, my name is Kelvin and you're welcome back to the channel. Have you ever noticed that social media has a way of taking a few viral clips and turning them into an entire personality trait? One person pets a lion like it's a house cat. Someone decides an alligator belongs in the bathtub. Another person cooks enough Alfredo pasta to feed a small country. And before you know it, the internet has reached its favorite conclusion. Yep, white people are at it again. That's exactly what today's video is about. Now before we get into this, let's make one thing clear. This isn't about saying every white person behaves like this. Not even close. The internet doesn't work that way. Algorithms reward the craziest, weirdest, most unbelievable clips because they're entertaining. Nobody is uploading videos of someone quietly paying their bills or grocery shopping. But when somebody decides to pet a lion, or casually treats an alligator like a family pet, or posts a cooking video that looks like a science experiment gone wrong, millions of people click immediately. And that's where reaction channels come in. They take these viral moments, add commentary, throw in some jokes, maybe a little sarcasm, and suddenly you've got millions of views. The video we're looking at today follows that exact formula. It's basically a compilation of viral clips that the creators use to ask one recurring question. Why would anyone do this? Some moments are genuinely funny, some are reckless, some spark conversations about race and privilege. Others are simply internet chaos, doing what the internet does best. But here's what makes these videos interesting. They aren't just about the clips themselves. They're about how social media encourages us to generalize entire groups based on a handful of viral moments. One ridiculous person becomes, "This is what white people do." Another clip goes viral, and suddenly everyone's making jokes that reinforce the stereotype. That's how internet culture works. Today we're breaking down the biggest moments from this compilation, looking at why these clips spread so quickly, and asking whether the reactions are actually fair, or whether the internet just loves turning isolated moments into cultural stereotypes. Let's get into it.
Alright, y'all, now that we've got all our seafood and pasta here onto our hababichi, I'm just putting a little bit of water into my Alfredo jar here. I want to get all that goody out of here. I'm just gonna repeat that. I use 4 jars of Alfredo, and we do have 2 packages of our crab legs here. I just bought those at Walmart. They are made from surimi crabs. Oops. Slippery. We've got our large shrimps here. They were, what was it, like a 31 to 36 count. All right, here's my last jar that I'm gonna get the water out of. Beautiful. The shrimps, the crab legs, the crab flake. We are having a crab feast today, y'all.
My people, what is wrong?
I put a bunch of garlic in here. I'm just actually going to put the rest of our water because we are going to cook this pasta right on the hababichi. We've got our mozzarella pearls here, y'all. I'm just using my flippers. We want to toss this all throughout, mix it and mash it. You're making sure these noodles are getting down into our broth here. So they're going to cook up real nice. But yes, we've got our shrimp, our crab flake. We have got red onion and garlic diced. And we're just about to have a delicious seafood dinner here, Alfredo style. We've got those mozzarella pearls. And we're just mixing this together real nice. If there's any large pieces of that crab, you can just break those up. We want to make sure this is all getting dispersed evenly.
Botulism.
Alrighty, we're just going to come in here with our mozzarella cheese. Sprinkle this on top. This is a 2-pound bag. And I'm just going to get this kind of evenly spread on top here. We have got a second 2-pound bag here. Beautiful. We want to have that nice mozzarella crust on top. Delicious. And to give this even more flavor, I'm going to put in some Parmesan here on the sides. Now, we did plug the hole on our hababichi just so we could kind of have this all boil up right on top of here. Alrighty, I'm going to close the lid on my hababichi now, and we're just going to let this cook for about 15 minutes. Alrighty, y'all, it's been cooking up here for 15 minutes. These noodles are nice and al dente, and now I've just got some chopped parsley that we're going to throw on top for a little bit of color and beauty. Alright. Look at, oh, so cheesy, creamy. Look at those perfectly cooked noodles. Oh my gosh, this looks absolutely amazing. And I have a very special guest who's gonna give this a taste. Marty, you ready to give it a try?
Definitely. Oh, this looks so good. Oh my gosh. All that cheese.
Mm-hmm.
Marty, you a damn fool.
Crab in here. Yum.
Good stuff.
Cheers, y'all.
Hababichi seafood Alfredo.
Yeah, shut up.
You gotta try it.
This new generation is so soft, says the same people who were crying 50 years ago over having to share a water fountain with a black person.
We are standing up for what we think is right now.
Barbara,
I mean it.
you're playing into their hands. Let me speak to them, okay?
In the name of God, how much more are we supposed to take?
Take from what?
From you people.
I mean, you people. You sound like I'm a dog or something.
As we forgive those who trespass against us, and lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen.
We want freedom! 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 No! We need our rights. They want our rights. They're not going to give it to us. Save our school! Save our school!
and they don't have enough gumption to turn around and tell that Supreme Court to rule on the laws of the land rather than to mess with our children and ruin our education and put our country down.
You kidding me?
Now, they were appointed officials, and we'll impeach every one of them if we have to get this country back where it belongs.
Maybe by the time somebody do something good. Now, all of a sudden, the tide is turning a little bit. You see how things feel now. You all come upset, huh? You all upset. Say somebody taking your rights away.
We want no trouble. We don't condemn these black people. They are human beings too. We understand that, but we want our school. And we're going to get it if we have to go to Washington to get it. We are doing what they have done many, many times. Now, is that wrong, people of this world today? Is it wrong that we stand up for a change? For the first time, we are standing up for our rights. What is wrong about that? And why did he have to come over here? To order us to do what they want us to do. Now we're not going to do it. That is over. These people fight for your rights. And I mean fight for what you think is right and what's in here to fight for. You got a heart, you got a conscience. Fight for it. And give it all you got. And I mean the people of the world today better do it. Because if they don't, they're gonna be dominated throughout this world by this federal government which is dominating the world today. No matter who you are, black or white, if you feel that it's right, fight for it. But fight for the right thing. Don't create a disturbance, but fight for what you got and for what you worked hard for. In my opinion, if anybody has the right to fight, it's the Indians. They were the ones that were here in this country before the black people or before we were. Anybody has a right to fight, they have a right to fight for it.
You want to know why white people want to build their own communities? I'll explain. My neighbor, he's a landscaper. That's how he makes his money. That's his whole livelihood. Without it, he wouldn't be able to feed his family. And he recently went to Florida for an entire week on vacation and left all of his equipment out. Now we're talking thousands of dollars worth of equipment. Zero-turn lawnmowers, $1,500 weed eaters. He left it all out here, you know, hooked up to his truck. Now, would you think he'd be able to do this in a, urban area or a city? Hell no. It'd be stolen that night he left. And he's been gone for 3 days now, and it's still there. Why is that? Well, it's not only because it's a white-only community, but because it's a very high-trusting community. We trust each other. We trust our neighbors. We look out for each other. We wave to each other as we drive by. This is a community where we don't lock our doors at night. We don't lock our cars at night. So if you want to know why, that's why white people want to build their own communities.
If you ain't giving your pet alligator a bath on Saturday afternoon,
Where the fuck you at?
I'm not doing that. That's so weird. Why do white people always do the weirdest things with like nature, like with the alligator? That's so dumb. I would never do that. Zach, hey yo, Cletus, get your green alligator ass over here right now. It's bath time, baby. Get your good old scrubbing.
What's up, family? We got a black guy who goes by the name Kwani POV on TikTok. Kwani recently visited a beer garden bar in Louisiana when he decided to go out on the patio, probably to get a little fresh air. As he did so, he noticed a group of white people blocking the entry. So he tried to squeeze past them, and as he did so, he patted one on the back and said, "Excuse me." Well, that one guy that he patted on the back took extreme exception to the contact, turned, and immediately kicked Kwani in the back. Well, Kwani also turned immediately and returned the kick. One might call it a donkey kick, because he kicked that boy through the goal post of hell. Yeah, check it out.
Standing off here, and you won't last, 'cause we come through swinging, kicking you in the ass.
It was quick, but very rewarding. I'm gonna play it again.
Standing off here, and you won't last, 'cause we come through swinging, kicking you in the ass.
Family, I watched that video about 10 times in a row. It was so sweet. Okay, this is what I want to know. Why? The man was polite. First and foremost, y'all blocking the damn entry. Y'all standing right there on the steps, the whole group just blocking the whole entry. They see somebody trying to walk up and pass by, but they won't get out of the way. They just hog in the lane. Buddy did everything right. Hey, look, man, trying to squeeze through. He didn't stand there and say, can you move out of the way or whatever. He's just like, hey, try to squeeze on by. You don't want to interrupt your groove. Maybe y'all concentrating on something. I don't know. But let me just squeeze on by. He tried to squeeze by. They wasn't having. That wasn't enough. He tried to squeeze by and he, get a dude a tap on the back. Like, hey, man, excuse me. Excuse me. Kwani say, man, dude just, understand, he getting a kick. He turned around so quick, he saw who did it and everything. He turned around, boom, kicked that boy through the goalpost of hell. Now, here's the thing that I took exception to. His friends. His friends stood there and watched that entire interaction. When he kicked him, they didn't grab him and like, yo, hold on, man, what you doing? What you doing? You don't treat people like that. What's wrong with you? No, they all just sat back and watched the action until the brother returned the favor and kicked his ass off that stair.
So we're about to leave the water park, me and a group of friends, and I was explaining to them that the majority of white people here are going to go home and skip the bath because they've been in chlorinated water all day. Now, being around black folks, I know they are going to do just the opposite, and they are going to make sure they get in the shower and get these chemicals off of them immediately. So you'll have people comment and say that is not true. White people take showers also, but let me tell you, the large majority feel that chlorinated water and swimming in a pool is sufficient.
I just could not live beside them. I don't feel that they should be oppressed. But I moved here, one of the main reasons was because it was a white community. And that's the only place I intend to live. If I have to leave Levittown, I will do so.
Personally, my home life, it has an effect nothing whatsoever. But on the neighbors, they have a right. Because the average white person living in Levittown has 4 and 5 children. Well, let's put it this way. If the Levittown is migrated in hordes of Negroes, which they have a right to come here, but if something that happens that way, pretty soon my neighbor will be having a Negro son-in-law or a daughter-in-law.
Now, that was the 1950s, Levittown, Pennsylvania. This country will have us believe that was so far in the past that those people just disappeared. Now, a lot of folks say it's more about class and less about race, but we see in that example right there that when 1957, even if you had enough class status to be able to live in a neighborhood with those folks in Levittown, they didn't believe you was worthy enough regardless of your job. I just could not live by them. I don't think they should be oppressed, but I can't live by them. That sounds like a lot of good liberals and conservatives of today's time. The same speaking points. Think about it though. The suburbs of today was created back then in the 1950s, 1960s. There's a distribution of wealth and knowledge that's been passed from generation to generation to generation that still impacts how we live today. And to be clear, it wasn't that many generations ago. My grandmother was born in the 1950s. And her mother, the person that birthed her, was born in the 1930s. Not that far ago. A lot of folks that run the system right now was raised in times and by people like her right there. In conclusion, when we talk about white flight or gentrification or redlining, it's important to acknowledge that it's not just by policy, but also ideology. You see what I'm saying? Education is elevation. Constantly educated shirts available on the website.
I will never stop talking about how white people went to Africa and stole humans because they was too lazy to goddamn pick the cotton and the sugar and all the goddamn shit they sell.
85% of white men are the men that are raping and grooming. It's not migrants, it's not black people, it's not minorities, it is white men, the men that are in this country. The same way how they decide to put the focus on trans people, put the focus on black people, put the focus on the minorities to keep our attention away from what's actually going on. It is because of race. It's always been because of race. People think that when we talk about, being pro-black and whatnot, it means being anti-white. The only reason why they think that is because being pro-white has always meant being anti-black. It's not the same thing. We just want peace. You lot don't know what peace is.
I think it's black supremacy.
Black supremacy doesn't even make any sense. That can't make sense, because in order to have supremacy and racism, everything, it requires a power dynamic. So black supremacy is like saying black fatigue. Black fatigue only exists because white people cannot understand the privilege that they have naturally in the society that they have. That's like a man talking about what do you call it, male privilege doesn't exist. That doesn't make any sense. The society is built around you guys. Yes, men still have depression. Yes, men still suffer. Yes, men still unalive themselves due to the system that who built. It's like black supremacy, that doesn't exist. I wish it did.
Show me the dumb child.
Dumb child?
Okay, why is she the dumb child?
Because she has black skin.
Show me the mean child. Why is he the mean child?
Because he's brown.
Show me the bad child. Why is he the bad child?
Because he is black.
Show me the ugly child. Why is he the ugly child?
Because he's black.
Show me the child who has the skin color most adults like. And show me the child who has the skin color most adults don't like. Show me the child who has the skin color most girls want. Who has the skin color most girls don't want.
Brown skin is beautiful, don't believe me, no way. On that, be acquiescent of a young poet whose mother is the same shade, what an apparatus. Work of art painted on the face of a black canvas. It bring my same TikTok as grand fuel for the body. You know, I speak these words, you know, at universities events because we deserve to know we beautiful, but I want you to remember something. Your culture, your skin, your hair, your lineage, your DNA is beautiful. But who you really are, the spirit you are, it don't have no gender, no race, no age, and no limits. If you want me to speak at your university, just DM me. Also, you want me to speak life into you while my chef ass cooks for you, DM me as well.
Did y'all hear about this foolery? So apparently there was a black child at a Catholic school who finished an assignment early and started on another one, and for that reason he got in trouble and was brought to the principal office by his teacher, who I'm assuming is white. And then this principal proceeded to tell this black child to get on his knees to apologize for being an overachiever and finishing an assignment early. And when his irate mother, rightfully irate mother, came and was like, why the fuck did you do this to my child? He said that was the African way to apologize. This white man said that this is the... I cannot make this shit up. I will leave a link to this in my comments down below. I hate it here.
Can you actually believe this video was taken 66 years ago?
You're aware that a Negro family has moved into Levittown?
Yes, I heard about it.
What was your reaction?
Dynamite. Dynamite.
What have you done about it?
Well, I guess we just discussed it.
How do you feel about the Myers moving in?
Well, I'm very definitely against it.
Before coming to Levittown, did you have any contact with Negroes?
Well, I came from a small town where we didn't have any colored people. And at that time I had no feelings either way. While we were waiting for our house to be built, we lived in Trenton for 9 months. And, that was my first contact with them, both in work and going through colored sections to work. And I was very happy I was moving into an all-white community.
Have you ever discussed the Myers at home with your children?
Never before in our house was anything mentioned, pro or con, about colored people, because I feel that they have to be in contact with them to a certain extent, and why should their minds be prejudiced? But since they have moved here, they have heard remarks, and, I'm afraid that they are going to dislike the idea. They were,
What did you say about your white friend?
Well, I wouldn't say she's my friend, but it was a girl that came around a lot of other people I hung out with. She would hang around a lot of black people, a lot of black guys, and she just strikes conversation with me. She seems all right. One day she asked me if I want to go to her house that's right down the street. We go over there. She's like, hey, come in my boat with me and my mom and my dad, and we go in the boat, and as soon as we sit down to go in the boat and we lift off into the water, she turns to me and she's like, hey, I'm so glad you don't act like a nigger. And I'm like, who does this person think she is? I mean, another man that we help out, me and my dad, sometimes because he's crippled in a certain type of way. And so one day, my first time meeting him, he's laughing, ha 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 ha, glad I met you. You know, I just want to say I don't consider your dad a nigga. I consider him a black man. Like, huh? So because we're kind to you, we're not niggers. We're just black people.
How did you feel about him saying the N-word?
I wanted to cuss him out, but my dad is very quick, very strong person, so he's very quick to cuss, like stand up and say stuff that needs to be said. He told me just let him leave. Just let him leave, because he's already crippled. He's already crippled, and you know, his life is already, you know, he doesn't seem like he has anybody, so just leave him alone.
Name one thing black people cannot do that a white person can.
Hey Siri, call Dad.
This is the kind of content that really burns me up, man. Like, it really does. The fact that you're going to assume that all black people don't know their dads, that's just flat out racist. Do I know my dad? No, I don't. I can't call him.
Why the fuck didn't no one warn me about the conversations white people have in their houses? Okay, because I decided to go hang with one of my white homies. Let me tell you something. I might be switching sides, okay? Hear me out. Me and my homeboy Mike, we are in Chipotle. I'm over here trying to decide if I want double chicken or if I want to save the pockets. When all of a sudden I look over at Mike and I knew instantly something was wrong. Okay, because Mike's looking at his phone. The worker's like, what do you want, a burrito or a bowl? He's like, bro, just give me a burrito, but can you give me double scoop, but only count it as one scoop? Hey, we've all been there, okay? The times get tough, you know what I'm saying? Money get a little tight. I'm like, Mike, why the fuck you looking at your phone like that? He's like, bro, dude, look. And he shows me this big-ass pool. When I tell you it was a big-ass pool, had a slide, had a fucking basketball hoop. I mean, it was 2 sections off. I'm like 2 sections off, like a hot tub. I'm like, whose pool is that? He's like, bro, it's my parents' pool. And they want you to come over. I'm like, why are you saying it's so, like, I guess a bad thing? He's like, bro, low-key, I don't want you to meet them because they're kind of some dicks. Like, what do you mean they're dicks? He's like, bro, you'll see. I'm like, I'll see. So we go ahead and get done eating. And me and Mike, we drove together and we go to his parents' house. Let me tell you something. I should have stayed my black ass home. I ain't gonna lie, okay? Because instantly we walk up, and as we're walking, long ass driveway, I ain't gonna lie, Mike's over here, he's like, bro, if they tell you about money, if they say something about money, just say that you're making good bread, because they're gonna hate on you, bro. Like, I'm gonna be honest, like, they hate on me because I'm not making enough money. I'm like, bro, we work the same job and we both making $60K. How's that enough money? He's like, you'll see. We go up to the door. Instantly, I greet the parents. I'm like, yo, my name's Chris. Dad's like, oh, you're Mike's friend. Oh, we've heard a lot about you. I'm like, I don't know if that's good or bad, but fuck it. I go ahead and give Mike's mom a little side hug. She's like, you smell good. I'm like, nah, okay. I like this place. All right. Until we go ahead and go to the backyard. First of all, the backyard was big as shit, okay? I'm telling you, I ain't never seen a backyard that big. I mean, you could have put like 3 football fields in the backyard and a helicopter. I mean, all of that shit, right? I'm over here. I'll get to the pool. And the dad's like, so are you, he's talking to me as we're walking to the pool. He's like, so are you work the same job my son does? I'm like, do I lie? Or do I say yeah? I told him, I was like, yeah. He's like, oh, so you're probably not making a lot of money then, right? I'm like, nigga, I'm making enough. I'm making enough. He's like, I don't know. I mean, my son over here, he's always leeching off of us, always asking us for money, he just has no money. I'm looking at Mike, because Mike was right next to his dad. He's like, you could tell he's like doing one of those. I'm like, okay, right? Like, this is weird, but like, I'm not going to think anything of it, right? And so I go ahead and go to the, you know what I'm saying, put my little towel down on a little seat. They had a little tanning seat, if that's what it's called. I don't know what it is. And as I do that, I can hear because they're yelling. Okay, I hear Mike and Mike's mom. Mike's mom over here, she's like, son, when are you ever gonna get a real job like your older sister where she's making at least like she's making 100K a year. When are you gonna get to that? My boy, I mean, my girl, they acting like this is bad. I mean, my boy Mike, he's over here living by himself, paying his own bills. Like, what's wrong? He's like, Mom, why are you always comparing to my older sister? Stop doing that. You know I can make money. I'm making money right now. She's like, I mean, it's not enough. What the fuck? And then the dad gonna come in. I kid you not, the dad came in and then shit, I knew it was cooked right then and there. Cause he was like, well, why don't you guys, you and your friend over here, points at me because they're like talking at the doorway, but I'm at the pool. He's like, why don't you and your friend just find out, just switch jobs? Like, it's not that hard. I mean, we did it and we're doing perfectly fine. I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck is happening? I don't even know what it's. So I go ahead and turn around, like act like I'm not paying attention. Then they start arguing back and forth for about 5 minutes. I'm hearing a lot of fuck you, and I'm hearing, that's why you're not like your sister. I'm like, oh my God, bro, this is not, I should not be in here right now. And then it got to the point where Mike, he over here, he says, and I knew I should have never came. He's like, Chris, are we making money on the side? I'm like, what do you mean, are we making the money on the side? And I looked at him, he looked at me, he gave me the look back. It was one of those like you better say yes. I'm like, yeah. Then he looks right back at his dad. He's like, see, fuck you. We make money. Chris, fuck you, or not fuck you, let's go. I'm like, why you almost say fuck me for? What the fuck? So we go ahead and we leave. I'm like, I didn't even dip my toes in the pool yet. Now we get in the car and we start driving. I don't even know where the fuck we were driving at this point. I ain't gonna lie. It was like my nigga Mike needed to let some steam off. He's over here. He's like, man. I'm like, Mike, you good, bro? He's like, man, fuck my parents. They always here trying to fucking, they think I'm not making money. I'm gonna show them how to make money. I'm like, you gonna show him how to make money? How you gonna show him how to make money? He's like, I don't know, but I'm gonna just get more money. And as he says that, we go ahead and we just pulled off. We just pulled off on the side of the road. Like, not on the side of the road, but off the highway, okay? And we're just on our phones. And I'm like, Mike, what are you doing? Because I was on my phone for about 5 minutes. I mean, no silent. Everything was silent. He's like, bro, I'm gonna find a way to make money, so much money, just as a side hustle that my parents are gonna wish they never said anything to me. I'm like, why are you talking to me like that? Why are you talking to me like that? And second of all, what you about to do? He's like, bro, I'm gonna go on ChatGPT. Just watch. This man was on his phone for about 5 minutes. Keep in mind, we're on the side of the road, okay? We're on the side of the road, okay? He's on his phone for about 5 minutes. He's like, Chris, I found something. I'm like, what'd you find? He's like, bro, it seems so easy. Like, I don't even have to do anything. It's just watch. I'm gonna make so much money. My parents they're gonna love me so much that I'm gonna hate them. What does that even mean? I'm not peeping anything up. I'm like, bro, just drop me off, right? He go ahead and drop me off. And I kid you not, it's probably about a month passes, right? I'm in my room, you know what I mean? I'm over here just watching Netflix and I get a call from Mike. Mike's over here, he's like, yo, bro, dude, I just found the method. You know how I was talking about it that one day? I'm like, yeah. He's like, bro, let's hang out, bro. I can't say it online. I can't say it on here. Too many ops. All right, Mike, whatever the fuck you say, bro. We go ahead and hang out. I tell him to come over to my crib. I'm like, bro, just pull up to my shit. And he pulls up to my shit. He's like, bro, dude, I'm so up. Before I can even say anything, he pulled out his phone. And I don't know what he was on. It wasn't a bank account, but he shows me his phone and I'm seeing straight money. When I tell you like $200 payouts, $100 payouts, $300 payouts, I looked at the bank balance he had for that. I don't even know what it was. There was an app or something. And this man had over $2,000 within the past month. I'm like, what the fuck you doing? On top of his job, I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, bro, it's the method. I'm over here, we're on the kitchen table. I'm over here just trying to figure out what the fuck he's doing. He's like, bro, I can't tell you, but let's go flex on my parents. I'm like, Mike, I don't condone any of that. I don't know. He's like, bro, just come on. We go ahead and go to his parents' house. And I kid you not. That man was on a straight mission, okay? Because we get there instantly. The parents are the big ass mother, long ass driveway, big ass house. That shit was 3,000 stories long, high. I don't fucking know. And the parents come out. This man, Mike, didn't even get out of the car. He's out the window. He's like, fuck you, mom. Look at me. I'm over here. I got money. I'm making money. I'm probably going to make more than my sister this year. The dad walks over. I'm like, fuck. This is not good. He's like, what? How you aren't making money for real? Then he grabs the phone. More of like he took it from him. He's like, this isn't real. This isn't real. How are you even doing this? He's like, this is when I knew he was low-key kind of capping a little bit. He's like, I'm a lawyer now. I'm over here. I'm making my own money. I'm like, you a lawyer now? He go ahead and give him the phone back. I'm like, what the fuck? And he just drives off. I'm like, what kind of movie skit am I in? I'm Jimmy. I feel a little like bad for I'm fearing my life right now because what is he about to do? Like he over here speeding and shit, speed it out the driveway, go ahead and like move, like get out of the driveway and go down a long ass road. I'm like, bro, you a lawyer now? He's like, no, I'm not. But I just had to say it because it just sounds better. I'm like, bro, how are you actually making this money? Because what the fuck are you doing? He's like, bro. Pulls out his phone again. He's like, you ever heard of this? I'm like, what is it? What the fuck is it? He's like, pay me, bro. Pay me. It's where you file these companies, like file these claims against these companies getting sued. And once it gets paid out, you get money. I'm like, that's how you making money? He's like, bro, it's the easiest side hustle ever. ChatGPT literally put me on. I'm like, oh, okay. Go drop me off before you do some dumb shit. He drops me off. I ain't gonna lie. I download the app because that nigga was getting money, right? Let's just say, did me a little claim. I'm already up.
The first clip already tells you exactly what kind of ride you're about to be on. A woman is calmly petting what appears to be a lioness. Not a dog, not a cat, a lion. And everyone watching immediately has the same reaction. Absolutely not. Wild animals aren't unpredictable because they're evil. They're unpredictable because they're wild. One wrong movement, one unexpected sound. And that cute moment can become tomorrow's breaking news headline. It's the kind of confidence that leaves people wondering whether social media has convinced some people they're living inside a Disney movie. Then the video immediately switches gears. Now we're watching someone prepare an enormous seafood Alfredo meal on a hibachi grill. Nothing about the recipe is necessarily shocking. People cook differently all over the world. The humor comes from how excessive everything feels. More sauce, more cheese, more shrimp, more everything. The reaction channel doesn't just critique the food, they turn it into another running joke about white people cooking. And that's where these compilations become less about cooking and more about reinforcing a familiar internet stereotype. Because once viewers are already laughing, every new clip becomes evidence supporting the joke. Then things become more serious. The compilation includes historical footage involving segregation, protests, and racial tensions. The creators use these clips to argue that some people criticize younger generations for being too sensitive, while ignoring how emotionally charged previous generations were during the civil rights era. Whether viewers agree or disagree, the editing clearly pushes a specific point of view. It's no longer just comedy, it's social commentary mixed with internet humor. Next comes another unforgettable moment. Someone is casually handling an alligator, bathing it, treating it almost like a household pet. Again. People watching immediately ask the obvious question. Why? The internet has long joked about certain people treating dangerous animals like they're harmless, whether it's bears, snakes, lions, or alligators. These clips spread because they're difficult to believe. They're shocking enough to stop people from scrolling. Then comes perhaps the most emotionally charged clip. A black man in a crowded beer garden lightly taps another man to get by. Instead of simply moving, the situation escalates into physical violence. The reaction video frames the encounter as an example of the unnecessary aggression and potentially racial bias. Without the full context, it's difficult to know everything that happened before or after the clip. But that's another reality of viral videos. Most people form opinions within seconds. Very few ever look for the complete story. And that's exactly why these compilations become so powerful. They don't need every detail. They only need enough emotion to keep viewers watching. Throughout the video, there's another recurring theme. The creators compare different communities. They discuss trust, crime, neighborhood culture, property, and how different environments shape people's behavior. Whether those comparisons are fair is something viewers can debate, but they're clearly intended to spark conversation as much as entertainment. By the end of the compilation, one thing becomes obvious. This isn't really about lions, or alligators, or Alfredo pasta. It's about internet culture itself. Social media loves patterns, even when the sample size is tiny. One bizarre clip becomes an entire stereotype. Another reinforces it, then another. Eventually, people stop asking whether these moments are common. They simply accept the running joke. That's why videos like this perform so well. They're funny, they're controversial, they're easy to share, and they encourage people to jump into the comments to either defend the stereotype or completely reject it. At the end of the day, this compilation isn't a documentary. It's entertainment built around viral moments. Some clips genuinely deserve criticism because the behavior looks reckless or dangerous. Others are simply exaggerated for laughs. The important thing is remembering that viral videos are designed to capture attention, not to represent millions of people. One person's strange decision doesn't define an entire race, culture, or community. That's something worth keeping in mind whenever we watch these compilations. But what do you think? Were these clips harmless internet comedy? Or do videos like this go too far by turning isolated incidents into stereotypes? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss the next viral reaction. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.